you guys, and thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of Talk About It Thursday here on the Journey Podcast, where I am your host, Kiara. I'm always so happy to hang out with y'all, spend time with y'all. So yeah, we're back, and I'm excited about this week's episode. I hope you guys were able to tune in to Sunday's episode. We're just gonna kind of I want to try to stay in the in a little timeline where we're just talking about all the things as they go and as we grow through our rebranding journey for real. I actually, while I was at work, I was listening to Sunday's episode, and just to put myself in the shoes of those that are listening audio and not looking at video. And so I have to I have to stop pausing and stuff, or just thinking that y'all can see me, because y'all, I've been making some facial expressions that just kind of go with what I'm saying versus just saying what I want to say. And so I'm gonna that's something I'm gonna work on. It's just an observation that I made while putting myself in people that are just audio. I'm listening to the audio version, so I'll just put myself in y'all's shoes so that I could just be good to everybody. I want to be good to you all. um, Before I start, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody that makes it their business to give feedback and just to tell me what they thought. Tell me how an episode resonates to them, not just for last week, but for all the weeks. People that just are just, there. Thank y'all. I be needing that because it just helps me to just know that that I'm on the right path, and that I'm talking good. Okay. These things that I'm sharing with you guys, these are things that I myself am in real life going through, and experiencing, well, growing through. I don't want to say going through because I feel like I'm definitely growing through all these things. But yeah, so thank you guys. I love y'all so much with my whole heart. Y'all are so amazing. Thank you for the time that you take to hit me up on Instagram. Some people even email. Some people even email um off of the website. So guys, if you not have not already been on the website, go check it out. It's the journeypodcast.life. And yeah, so I'm so excited about that, and I'm so grateful for you all, and those that are new to the community, those that have already been with the community. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We had 149 subscribers on YouTube. Not that I'm chasing numbers or anything, but I just think it's cool that 149 people took the time out to subscribe. So yes, guys, send the podcast to a friend. Tell somebody that you love. Tell somebody that you don't love. Tell somebody that you used to love. Tell somebody. So that they can too be a part of the community. Yeah, so other than that, we're gonna go ahead and jump into this week's episode. We are talking today about grief, whatever you want to call it. I should have already had the definition of that up, but don't worry, I'm about to get it up. I'm about to get it up for you. I'm about to get it up. So, guys that are just listening to audio, I am not prepared today. But I'm getting prepared. Yay! I'm looking up because I want to give y'all the exact definition what it is. Okay. Grief. Grief is a natural, profound emotional, physical, and mental response to significant loss, such as the death of a loved one, the end of a relationship, or job loss, involving intense sadness, numbness, confusion, and longing, varying greatly among individuals, but generally easing over time as people find ways to cope and integrate the loss into their lives. It's a complex process of adjusting, often marked by waves of feeling, questioning, and a shift in identity, with outward expressions like crying and talking, mourning, and helping to process internal pain. So, we are talking about grief, but not the grief of a loved one, but the grief of the old version of ourselves. And how hard it is to let go. So for me, grieving old versions of myself was like, man, um, a lot of people will tell you like, dang, you used to be this mean. Lately, people have been telling me that I'm mean. I'm not mean. I have been setting boundaries. And so this new version of me, is not letting people play with me, not letting people talk to me any kind of way, um, not letting people troll me into thinking that I'm, just like, no, or gaslight me. No, you're not gaslighting me into thinking that me making the decisions that I know that are best for me are wrong. No, I know what's best for me, and I don't need you to tell me what it is. Yes, I used to would have gave you 30 chances to do stupid stuff. Yes, I would have used it, and so I think a lot of what I've been hearing is, oh, you used to would have just been like, okay, cool. No, well, okay, it ain't cool. Like, what you mad? I started making boundaries, and then it's the people sometimes that'll tell you, oh, you're too nice. They'll tell you you're too nice because you're being too nice to others, but they don't tell you being too nice to them. And then when you realize, hey, you know what? I'm being too nice to you too, because you're getting away with a lot of foolishness that I shouldn't be putting up with either. And so when you start setting the boundaries with them, the ones that they wanted you to, the ones that they've encouraged you to set with others, oh, they're using you. Well, what are you doing? You seem like you might be using me too. No. And so then you start setting those boundaries with them, and they're like, oh, you're being mean. But you didn't think I was being mean to my old friend that used to use me all the time. You're doing the same thing that he or she is doing. Why do you think that that's okay? No. And so you start enforcing those same boundaries amongst everyone attached to you, everyone in your life, and those that respect you and love you, they're gonna adjust, they're gonna adapt, they're gonna be okay with the fact that you have those boundaries, that you are looking out for you finally, while everyone done ragging you down and done what they want to do and had their way with you. And like, and they were okay with it as long as you were, still allowing them that access and still allowing them that opportunity to do that to you. But here you are now, not allowing anyone the opportunity, and now you mean, oh, you changing. Oh, okay. Well, somebody telling you that you're changing um is not a bad thing. It's an observation. I see now, I can't play with you. Good, I'm glad you made that observation. About time. Like, I'm glad that you see that you can't play with me anymore. I'm glad that you see that you can't use me endlessly. I'm glad that you see that you cannot take advantage of me. This new version of myself is standing on business until my legs hurt. No, no. And I don't care. Even when my legs start hurting, I'm still on business. Even when I ain't standing on it. Even when I can't stand on it. I'm still on business. Like, no, you're not about to play with me. And so here we are grieving ourselves, and it's like, oh man, it's like you feel guilty for having boundaries. You feel guilty for saying no. You feel guilty for because you lose people, because now that people aren't awarded that same access to you, then they don't even want to be your friend no more for that, or they don't even want to be attached to you anymore. Oh, she different. Yeah, yeah. You can't. No, You cannot borrow $150 from me and not give it back and ask for another $175. No, no. You cannot take up all my time when I have to, you know, delegate my time so that I'm available for me at the end of the day and I still have time for my household, my family. No, I don't feel guilty for not accepting that overtime shift. The team and the job, they'll have to figure it out because I have other things that I have to do. And so not only am I setting boundaries, excuse me, not only am I setting boundaries with friends and family members, but my coworkers, my job. No, I can't sit in here all day. I have a family to take care of. I have, I have a house. I have a home to take care of. Um, and that's okay. Y'all will figure it out. Y'all will still be here. I'll still be employed. I've worked my shift. Now I don't want to pick up any overtime. I feel like, you pick up this overtime and you spend this extra 10 to 12 hours here at work. I work 12-hour shifts, y'all. So, and if I work overtime, then then it's going to be like 10 hours. So I picked up this extra 10 or 12 hours or whatever the case may be. Got a few extra dollars, but that 10 or 12 hours, because after taxes and stuff and insurance and all those things come out, I probably made another extra, I don't know. I don't know. We're going to just, you made some extra money, but it wasn't enough because in that time you could have cleaned your house or you could have helped the kids with homework. You could have just been more available for your spouse, your partner, whatever the case may be. You could have been more available for the children. You could have invested time into your business. If you're an entrepreneur, for those that are entrepreneurs, you could have went on that friend date just to kind of make sure you're just keeping things up with your friends. You just want to be well rounded. And if you sit there and you just don't have boundaries with things and people and places that you frequent, then what? Like what are we really maintaining here? Oh, you're employee of the month, but guess what? You still are not getting that raise, and you're still not getting that other position that you applied for, or those other positions that you applied for 45 times in the time that you've been here. No, you're not. I see how um I see how what's the word I want to use? I'm having a brain fart, guys. But, anyways, I see how dedicated you are to being an amazing employee, and you get absolutely nothing for it but a few more dollars. And guess what? You spend that money just as fast. I mean, it took you way longer to make that money than it's gonna take you to spend it. And then when you look at your pay stub and you see how the taxes come out, the more you make, the more they take. It's just like, yeah. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it just doesn't, because that time I could have spent doing so much other things. Um, because, I have no, especially if you don't plan on growing with the company, sometimes a lot of people are just working, just to, make ends meet, really. And they don't have a desire to grow with the company because they are, looking into entrepreneurship or they have their own thing that they want to do. And so that money that they're making is just strictly to grow their finances, save more, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, that extra $100 over time is just like doesn't make sense when you could have spent that time investing time into something else. Those hours that probably would have got you further. Maybe your relationship is not so healthy, and you might need to spend more time with your partner. You don't have no, or the kids. The kids miss you. Go home, please. They grow up. They grow up so fast, and then you realize, dang, I wasn't even there. I was at work all the time. They don't care that you're at work and you made an extra $100 on your check this week. They don't care about that. All I know is that I had an awards ceremony, and my mom or dad was not there, or my mom or dad was not available because they were too tired from working. Get some rest, y'all. Do those things. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You can't be good to anybody else if you're not taking care of yourself. And so here we are grieving this old version of ourselves of ourselves because other people are noticing. I'm sorry, excuse me guys. Other people are noticing the change, the shift. And they're saying things like, "Oh, you're different. You've changed." or whatever the case may be. But I needed that change. I needed to change for so many different reasons because um, I myself, a lot of people ask me to do things for them that they're not willing to do for me. And I have to stop. I have to make it my business to stop. I don't care if you think that I'm mean because I'm not available for you the way that I used to be. You're not available for me, so no. I'm in a season of if I can't ask you for it, I can't ask you to do anything of that nature for me, then no. No. And it ain't even because you're not willing. It's because we're not even in the same on the same level. You can't even think you can't even mentally afford to do for me what you're asking me to do for you. So you need to know. And then when I don't do whatever it is for you, then you're just gonna go to the next person and have them do it. So you go to them and use them because I'm of no use. So um yeah, that grief is not just about like you grieving other people. You grieve your old identity, who you used to be. And sometimes you can miss that. You can miss the fact that it was just easier. You had more friends when you were nicer. No, hold on, let me do this. For those that are visually looking. I'm doing for those that are listening, I'm doing the quote unquote when you were nicer. Um, it was easier. You had more friends. You had more friends when people could use you. You had more friends when people could just call you and you just jump out your bed and just stretch yourself thin for them. Yeah, of course I want to be your friend because you just do whatever I need you to do. And you enable me from doing it myself. I don't have to do it myself because why would I when you're gonna do it? No. And so you can miss that version of yourself because like it just was easier. You know, you had more friends, you had more people to talk to when you were um when you were easier to take advantage of. And so growth often comes with quiet morning. So here you are now, you don't have as much friends. That person that you used to sit on the phone with that like to gossip on the way to work or whatever the case may be, they don't want to talk to you anymore because you don't want to gossip anymore. So what? Don't talk. Shoot fly, don't bother me. You don't have to talk to me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to maintain those type of conversations anymore. I want to have healthy connections, healthy conversations, and I'm so grateful to God because as I don't talk to as much people as often because they're not capable of taking advantage of me or having me do things for them that they won't be willing to do for me. God has given me people that are willing, that would do for me what I would do for them, and so I'm grateful. So, yeah, God. Not only does God um, replace, He upgrades, and so for me, everything that I have done away with has been upgraded. Um, and I appreciate those that are still there and they respect my boundaries and they because they can respect my boundaries. They're like, you know what? I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad that you aren't Little Miss Nice Girl anymore. Because you know, like I would sometimes people don't speak on it, but they some people are tired of seeing people use and abuse you because it's just not right. Um, and I tell myself. I didn't lose myself. I outgrew her. I outgrew the old version of me. And that's okay because you outgrow people. And sometimes the people that you outgrow is the old version of yourself. So I am not 2020 Kier. I'm not 2021 Kier and so forth and so on. And I'm grateful for that. Um so your softness before you knew how to stand up for yourself. Even if you stand up for others, sometimes you'll be so bold to stand up for others that you forget to stand up for yourself because it's easier for you to just take the short end of the stick because you know what it feels like to be without, you know what it's like to hurt And so you just rather, because you're numb to that, you don't give yourself that grace that you need. You don't give yourself the respect that you need. Mm, I don't like that. I don't it hurts my heart that I didn't respect myself enough to have certain boundaries. And then it makes me don't want to talk to certain people because why you sat there and took advantage of me like that, my heart is good. Why did you take advantage of them? Don't get me wrong, my heart is still good, but I'm learning um that you can't just be good to everyone. You want to be good to people, but you can't just be that intensely good to people that are not good to you, that are using you, that don't get me wrong, you want to maintain relationships with people that you can use. I can use you, you can use me. But if all you've been doing is using me, no, you don't run nothing over here. You ain't bigger than this program. We looking at the same script, boo. What you talking about? No, no. um like I said, it definitely, I'm looking at my notes, guys, but y'all be okay. um it feels simpler. The old version of you, it's just easier to get along with the person that you can just get over on. And it's okay. No, don't let anybody gaslight you into thinking that you are wrong for standing up for yourself, or you are wrong for not liking something that you don't like. No, I don't like that. Stop. And if you can't stop, bye. That version of you didn't have the tools that you have now. So you have to, and they didn't have the knowledge and wisdom that you have now. So as you've grown, you've gained this knowledge, and God has given you the tools on your journey just to be the better version of yourself. And those, you didn't have those tools before. Don't be upset at yourself that you're not further along than you think you should be. Don't let that be a part of your grief. Um, Again, time is gonna make it easier for you to navigate through like this new version of yourself and get to know this new version of yourself. Take the time out for this new version of yourself. Y'all, I always tell y'all, please get a journal. Write these things down. Write your feelings, write your thoughts. Hey, I'm noticing a lot. I wrote down in my journal recently, people are saying that I'm mean. And I questioned, like, am I mean? And I prayed about it, and I was like, God, why are people saying that I'm mean? And He revealed to me, coming in, coming, coming into the new year, I fasted, and I was believing God just for clarity, and just the opportunity to hear from Him a little bit more, and to be closer to Him. And I realized that I'm not mean. I'm just I'm setting boundaries, and I'm not allowing people to gaslight me. Don't get me wrong. I do have moments where I'm like, hold on now, somebody will say something. I'm like, hold on, am I being me? Should I just let them do what they wanted to do? Even though I said I don't like that, should I just let them do what they want to do? I've been letting them do it all along. They're right. They said, well, I used to do that. You used to let me know. Okay. Mm-mm. Okay, I used to. What's today? Used to? No. Today ain't used to 2026. Today is today. And we're not talk. My husband likes to say current events, current events. Yeah, current events. We talking about right now, what's going on right now. We're not talking about before. We're not talking about before right now. We're not talking about before it is what. Look at your clocks, guys. We're not talking about before today's date and whatever time it is. I don't care if it's a minute before. I don't care what I allowed you to do before. No. Right now, I'm not. No. No. I'm not. No. You do that on your own time. Get somebody else to let you do that. And you got to be willing to just lose those relationships. Whatever they are. I don't care who it's with. No, nobody is going to use me. Nobody's going to stretch me thin. I'm not going to stretch myself thin. I'm going to give myself that same respect that I'm requesting from others. And you know what, guys? When people see you giving yourself respect, they have no choice. She ain't playing with herself. He not playing with himself. He run a tight. He strict. It's a tight ship over there. She ain't playing with her own time. Why do I think that I could play with her time when I see how she is about herself, with herself? No. And so you're going to see yourself being less available. A lot of people that have access to you, they can just call you at the drop of a dime and you jump up and do whatever. No, I actually planned on getting some rest today and I'm going to do that. And that's something for me, guys, that I'm still working on. Because for those that I love and that I care about, I'm getting up and hey, Kiara, I know it's the last minute. Even for my kids, no. I don't know, guys, if y'all are following me on Instagram, or any of my social media, Facebook. I really don't be on anything else like that. But if y'all are following me, y'all see on my story that I told my kids, don't ask me to do nothing at the last minute. You need to ask me in advance so I can make that a part of my schedule. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if I plan on sleeping that day. No, I'm not getting up and doing it. No, no. So you can see yourself saying no more and not tolerating the things that you used to tolerate. So a lot of the times you feel bad for saying no. Um and feel the need to apologize and say, I'm sorry, but no, I'm not sorry. No, I just can't do it. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for choosing to do what I had planned for today. Let me see if I can get someone else to help you. If I can't, get somebody else to do it, or you should have planned properly for for these emergencies that you have, for these financial emergencies that you have, um or and that's only a matter. I can see if you have the type of relationship where the energy is reciprocated, and you show up for that person just how they show up for you. But those people that do not, or just aren't capable of doing for you what they're asking of you, no, 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 you can't use me anymore. So like I said, that growth and that awareness doesn't mean that you're cold. It just means that you're conscious. You're conscious of all the things, and that's good, and that's not bad. And it doesn't matter who says you changed, or ever since you started hanging out with those people, you started acting different. Yeah, because these new people or this new person is aware, and they have helped me to see that I have been being used. And actually, my energy is better ever since I started calling things out. And I started denying access that people had to me. Ever since I started doing that, I've been in a better space. I feel better. I feel lighter. I have more energy. My energy is different. So this new you has boundaries, discernment, and standards, guys. That's beautiful. Um, you've needed this. And so now sometimes it ain't people even not wanting to be, or you don't even want to be their friend. Mm-mm. You a user. This relationship has been so one sided. I can't, no. We're going to do away with that. And so, you got to get to a point where that grief turns into honor. Honoring that old version of you, thanking the old version of you for coming this far without giving up. Letting go without shame and just saying, you know what? That old version of me was fun while it lasted, and I'm grateful that I'm growing and the new opportunities that are going to present themselves because you know how to stand on business, because you respect yourself and you respect your time. Those opportunities are going to come, and they're going to be endless. You're going to keep growing. You're not going to be stagnant because you're not going to be in these cycles of being used. Because once people get hip to the fact that you aren't, it ain't gonna be, um, it ain't gonna be easy to get over on you. They're gonna stop getting over on you. They're gonna stop even trying. Don't get me wrong. Some people are gonna still try. You know what? I can make her feel bad. Let me tell her a sad story. Oh, the kids. Oh, when people say the kids, it makes you feel like, oh, let me help you, girl. Listen, I got kids too. I know. I know what it's like. And so, you can come. Speaking of the kids, my kid decided to join us. And so, yeah, I mean, you have to let people know that that you too have a life and you too have, things going on in your life. Whereas, you can't always be available, and that's okay. That's okay. Um, that'll put them in a position to plan properly moving forward, or whatever the case may be. And don't get me wrong, everybody needs help sometimes. So if you can, then you can. But when it comes to stretching yourself thin to do it, don't do that anymore. That's okay. And so I want to close out this week's episode with you want to say hi?
Mm.
You want to wave? Say hi.
Hi.
Jahar says hi, guys. And so I wanted to close today's episode out because I do have to go and be a mom. I want to close out this week's episode with an affirmation that and I also wanted to give you guys a little homework too. But the affirmation is I honor who I was. I'm not grieving. I'm not grieving that version of myself anymore. I release the things that no longer fit me, and I give myself permission to become the better version of myself, to become more aware, to be able to use my discernment, and not apologize for who I'm becoming. And so, yeah, that's the affirmation. I just wanted to ask if you guys want to share with me, what version of yourself are you, or have you been grieving? Have you been grieving the overly nice version of yourself? Or are you grieving the overly available version of yourself? The one that didn't have boundaries? Um, the one that didn't respect themselves? Um, what version of yourself are you grieving? If you'd like to answer, feel free to do so. You can go on the website at thejourneypodcast.life. I think the be a guest link is still there. That doesn't mean that you want to be a guest. You could just answer. You can just answer there, or you can DM me on any of my social media for those that have it. My Instagram is x_KISSUM. I think it's the same thing for Facebook. I'm not the best person at Facebook messages, but yeah, but you can leave one. I will try my best to check those DMs and stuff like that. Jahar's checking out her hair and she is having to get ready for school. So I will see you guys later. I love you guys with my whole heart. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Talk About It Thursday here on the Journey Podcast. Guys, share with a friend. I love y'all so much. Enjoy the rest of your week and see you later.